Hi everybody, welcome to kdmoonchild's world, and I am just bringing you a quick video color swatching my colors that I have to use for resin art. I thought I needed to do the color swatching. We might as well bring you along. I highly recommend that you do this so that you know what your colors, the odds are. Now, you're not always going to know because there can be a chemical reaction with different resins. Because of that, I highly recommend that you try to stay with the same system. You hear me shaking this in the background? What I'm going to show you right now, these are the Mixatives, and they are a metallic. They're made by Ranger, Tim Holtz Ranger products, and we're going to color swatch them to start with. These are really good to have because they will help, not only because they're metallics, you get the metallic look, they also will produce special effects in the actual resin that is quite fun to watch and to see the end result. So without ado, let's start. We're going to begin. This one is Pearl, and because they have a metallic powder in them that's heavy, they have a little bead in there that helps shake it up. Shake it up. So first one we're going to do is Pearl. Let's see what we get. Ooh. Obviously I've used them before. Okay. Make sure I can get that out. Okay, Pearl. Now you can tell Pearl, obviously white on white's not going to show up really well on the camera. So we'll just move on. Next one is Silver. Shake that up. As this dries, I'll tilt it so you can see the pearlescence. It's really pretty. Silver, yeah, you should be able to see the rest of these now. Okay, here's the Silver. As I drop it, literally. There's our Silver. Let's go with Gunmetal next, right? We'll just go right down the list. Here's Gunmetal. Excuse my chicken scratch. I tried to write in somewhat of a decent way. I have arthritis in my hand, and plus I got bit by a spider over the weekend working in my yard. So otherwise I would have made this earlier for you, for us, as we head down this resin road. Okay, Gunmetal. There you go. Looking pretty dark. Looking pretty dark. Let's see if we can pop that bubble in the Silver. There we go. Just a little bubble. Okay, that's that one. Next one is the Copper one. Copper. This is fun. This shouldn't be a very long video either. But then this way now we'll have a list to show what they all look like. And I'm using, in case you're wondering what this paper is that I'm using, this is actually inkjet photo paper. That's why you'll see, these are an alcohol-based ink, and you'll see like what's happening in the Silver here. It's also happening up here in the white. You're getting a dark green. That's just the alcohol being pulled out of the pigment. That's all. So, Copper. And next, Copper. Yeah, that's definitely Copper. Okay. And next we have Rose Gold. It's gonna look a lot like the Copper. Gotta look like something between the copper and the gold, I would imagine. Should, anyway. Don't worry, I got a lot more colors to do, so. This is going to be a really interesting, since I've never done resin. I've played with alcohol inks, so I'm familiar with them. Ooh. I'm familiar with them, so that part of it should be fun. This part of it. If I can I think this guy's plugged. Whoa! No, it's not plugged. It just took its time coming out. Have a little bit. There's your rose gold. And now, gold. The final color of these. And we'll set them aside and let them dry while we move on to the actual alcohol inks. And this little bead doesn't want to keep stirring around the gold for some reason. There we go. Okay. I bet you're wondering, as you see, this is my card reading table. I do, in case you're new here, this is the first time you've seen a video of mine, I do card readings, but I also am an artist, and so my world is combining them. It's combining both. Okay, so here we go. I'll show you a little better once they're dry, because they're gonna run like that rose gold. So I'm gonna set this aside and let that dry while we bring down the next colors. We'll start off with green. With the greens, move these guys out of the way. No longer needing them. So we have the greens. In this little pink box here, we have my alcohol inks, and we have a mess in the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and put some of these fixatives back so that the alcohol inks don't keep dumping over. They have a tendency to do that. Here's the, sorry, clover, avocado, kiwi, and lime. So we start off with our greens. First one is clover. Now these are, like I said, these are alcohol inks, and these are alcohol inks that are designed to be used with resin. They are not the art type, although I have found I use them for both. So here we go, clover green. Woohoo, look at that one go. How fun. I figured doing the alcohol inks would be a lot more fun. Kiwi. Let's do the avocado, just in case it spreads like the clover. There's the avocado. Yeah, it's gonna spread. I love it. How fun. It's not getting on my hands yet. That's an amazing thing. Now let's check the kiwi. Those two look an awful lot alike, don't they? The clover and the avocado. And then there's kiwi. It's a little bit lighter. And then lime. Let's shake up the lime a little better. Interesting what's happening with the kiwi there. Looks like it's separating a little. That's why I said I'm gonna mix up the lime a little better. See if it does that again. So Those greens are very, very similar, aren't they? A little different. You can see the differences in them. Very subtle differences. Okay, next we'll do blues. Just tin bolts here. The blues, the blues, the blues, the blues. Okay. First in the blues, we have navy. I wonder if the blues will be as close in color as the greens are showing here. It could be just the paper I'm swatching on also. But I get a good idea that avocado and clover are the two really dark greens. So now we're going to try, this is navy. My goodness, let's see if we can do a little bit of focus here. There. Okay. Navy. It's a pretty color. Dark. Next is blueberry. This is interesting. I guess I don't have to make the sound effects, do I? And forget not. Wow, that blueberry is a true blue, isn't it? That's a pretty color. And then here's forget me not. Kind of a teal color. That's a pretty color too. And lastly, we have of the blues, we have purples. Okay, I'm going to put these back and get the purple out. Purple, purple, purple. Put the greens away. Don't need them. Okay, here we go with the purple. First one is violet. Here's the violet. That's pretty blue, so. It's interesting, this paper is, they're pretty much absorbing the alcohol inks. I like the effects of what's going on here with the lime. Cool. Okay, violet. It's violet. Next, we want grape. Geez, they all look so dark on here. Grape. Aha! That has a pink color to it. Deep purple. Interesting. Deep purple. See how different they are, and how that's gonna really affect it when you. This is almost a brown. That's interesting. And the last one is lavender. Let's do it. Woo! That was a big drop. Interesting. It's almost as though we're getting kind of muddy colors here showing up on camera. They're not the same. In person, they're a lot prettier. Interesting. Next is red. Great. Here's the red. Okay. Oh, the red is on a totally different piece of paper. So I'll put this down here to dry and get out the next one. Wherever I set it. There it is. Okay. Next is the reds. And we start out with Ruby. Okay. Ruby red. Look how dark that is. It's crazy. They're not that dark, you guys. Honest, I swear. How interesting. Next, cherry. Good old cherry red. I'm going to do the watermelon. Now that I put peach. Peach should be down here with the yellow orange. I'm sorry. It's really a beautiful color. It's probably my favorite color in this whole batch of colors. See how close the watermelon is to the cherry? That's interesting. Let's see what fuchsia. Fuchsia should be a little pinker. Yeah, definitely pink. More of a pink color. And then we want the peach. Let's see if I can get it. That's lemon. Peach. Peach. Okay. Next, we have the yellows and oranges. There's the peach. There's that pretty peach color. Okay. Ooh, don't have a whole lot of room to show the peach. That's okay. It's such a bright color, you'll notice. Well, I can't say that because the camera's doing a pretty good job. There's peach. Let me put some out here. See? It's a pretty color. On not so much on this paper though. I don't know why. Anyway, see, this shows you, this is why you do color swatching. The colors change with different backgrounds and that kind of thing. Okay, let's go on into the yellows and oranges. And look at mango. Whoop, mango. Ooh. Okay. It's supposed to be an orange. That's a yucky color. What happened? Did my color break down? But you know, if you're looking for an off, you know, kind of it's almost a flesh color, isn't it? And then tangerine. Actually, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put her tangerine. See, that's even got a brown tint to it. Huh. That's fascinating to me. See if the lemon has it. It's supposed to be orange, but it's got a brown tint. So I don't know where it's getting the brown from. That's even kind of brown on the paper too, so. Love it. And there's your lemon yellow. Now see how that is? That's not very bright, is it? I have another set of alcohol inks that I made myself. With India ink and rubbing alcohol, and I think for my yellows and oranges, that's probably the set I will use. Now we're going to take a look at, we've got miscellaneous colors here. We have black and brown, and then there's two kinds of white. Now one white is not really going to show. It's because it does a special effect, is what it does. But let's start out by looking at the black currant. If you're like me, that's one of my favorite fruits. Oh, I love blackcurrant. Anything. Yep, that's pretty black. Look at that. Oh, but it's got a green tint to it too. Well, that's not too surprising, considering all black is either dark blue or dark green. And this one is a blue-green. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Here is the coffee. That's a brown. I don't see much difference between those two colors. Do you? Oh, and then look what I did. I splattered. I splattered! Let's take a look at the deeper white, which is going to be your true white. Okay. Ah, there the coffee is starting to show. It's brown. It's a dark brown. It's espresso coffee. Okay. So here's your deeper white. Woo! As I splatter it all over everywhere. And it's running in to the coffee. Let's move that coffee back. Give me the coffee again. We'll put that on the other side. Because since the white kind of covered it up. There we go. Now, we'll do the white one more time. Because that's true white, boy. And then this one is called sinking white. And what it does is it creates a special effect that causes like a swirly snow effect. But we'll swatch it anyway. It's white. White, white, white. It just has a pigment that is heavy and drops, which all of the mixatives, the metallic ones, they also do that. Looks like it's taking a long time for that white to dry. Okay, here's our sinking white. And if you can't see that, don't worry about it. Okay, what I need to do now, let's show you. I'm gonna go ahead and get those ones that are dry by this time. And then I'll go get the show you the ones that I made. Here is the metallics. So you can just barely see that pearl and the silver. Then you have gunmetal gray, and then you have copper. Then you have a pinky rose. There it is. Now you can see the rose. Hey, you can see all the colors now. And then gold. Okay. Now these will all drop, and they will form swirls and all kinds of beautiful stuff in the resin. And then this one's got to dry. And this one needs to dry. Ah! As I drop them on the floor. That's not good. Okay. So here we go so far. Okay, as they're starting to dry, you see the colors are coming out of it. You're starting to see more of the differences. See the greens? A little different. Quite subtle differences. Here's your blues. You see the difference between the navy and the blueberry? There's just a hint of red in that blueberry, which makes it purpley. Okay, then you've got your purples. The big old lavender dot. Okay, yeah. All right, and then here are our reds. See, as they've dried, you can see that that peach is really quite pink. And actually, depending on the paper that you're using with the peach, it has an almost neon glow in the dark kind of. Doesn't really glow in the dark, but it glows in neon pink. It's a beautiful color. Then you have the mango, the orange, and the lemon, or mango, tangerine, and lemon. Then we have our special colors. I'm gonna have to tilt this so that you can see the whites. But you have the black currant, and then you have the coffee. In here in the whites, I can tilt it here so maybe you can see the effect, maybe not. There we go. See, this one sinks, and this one is just white. Those are all of the alcohol inks. Now let me show you. Now those are purchased alcohol inks. Let me show you the colors of the alcohol inks that I made. And I made these with India ink to use on a project called Scratchboard made by ampersand. So a lot of the colors are also made by ampersand. So there you can see Kelly green. The light green is more of a yellow. I'm not real crazy about that color, although I have used it quite a bit. Yeah, blue, turquoise. The purple is ugly, ugly, ugly. The red is a true dried blood red. So if that's what you're looking for, it's a great color for it. Where you can see the brown is more of a cocoa color. And the teal is definitely a teal green. And then you have yellow, and then you have your whites. Now here, there's two whites. One is just a plain old white, which you can't really see. And then you see that one, that iridescent thing? That is a color shift white that does white to pink. And then orange, just your standard orange. So let's kind of look at some differences here in the colors. You've got, first off, let's look at the purples. Look at that purple compared to these purples. Apparently I need more pigment in my purple there. Forgive me. This is what happens when you work with alcohol inks. This is also why I don't have pretty fingernails on right now. But anyway, as you can see the difference. See the difference in the teal there? You have this turquoise, and then you have turquoise up here. They're very similar, the turquoises. And there really isn't a true teal in this collection like there is in this one. I'm looking at it here. No, there isn't. So we've got our colors all figured out now. All we got to do now is start experimenting with the actual products. Let's do our resin do and have some fun here. I thank you for joining me. Let's see what kind of a mess we can make with these. What do you say? Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Hey, and kind to each other, will you please? It's kind of important. Thanks. See ya. Bye-bye now.